Hi everyone, you are welcome to another episode of Study and Learn with David. My name is Sunday David Daramola and I'm still your host. On today's episode of Study and Learn with David, we'll be studying and learning from the story of a man called Jephthah. I'll be picking my text from the book of Judges chapter 11 from verse 1 to the end. So there is a man called Jephthah who was labeled indirectly a bastard by his step-siblings because his mom was an harlot and he was giving birth to out of wedlock. So it got to a time that the step-siblings, they observed that there is possibility that this man take over all that belongs to our father because of the gift of God that is evident in his life. So they called him and said, Jephthah, your mom is an harlot and none of our father's belongings or possessions, no percentage will get to you. They sent him out of his father's house. But one thing that I loved about this Jephthah is that he leveraged on that bad circumstances. He leveraged on that bad occurrence to sharpen the gift of God in his life. So Jephthah left his father's house to an unknown place and he worked on himself. Don't forget, he worked on himself. Maybe probably while he was in his father's house, he was in his comfort zone. But the moment he was sent out of his father's house, reality dawned on him. That was when he knew that if I don't sharpen my skills, if I don't work on the gift of God upon my life, I will live in abject poverty. So something came up. The family members, his siblings, and the whole community and the whole town, they were to face another town. There was a war that was about to come up. And they needed somebody to lead them. And that was when they looked for Jephthah. That was when they started looking for Jephthah. They looked for him and found his whereabouts. And they sat with him and they started begging. Jephthah, we know that we have sinned against you. We know that we have wronged you. Please, but in spite of all this, we know that you are the one to lead us to this world. You are the one that we have to follow. You are the strongest among. You are a warrior. You have the capacity. See, let me tell you something. It is possible that they know this. They know about this strength of Jephthah, but as at when he was with them, it was not that evident. But when he was sent out of his father's house, very probably he worked on him. When he worked on himself, he started going to so many wars. And the news got to them. So that was what made them to look for him. So he told them that no problem. I'm still part of you people. You people are part of myself. We are family. We are relatives. I'm ready to lead this war, but on one condition. You're going to promise me that you will make me the head, the leader, not just the family now, the leader of the whole community. They agreed, they consented because they knew that if this guy refused to follow us, we are in soup. So there are several lessons that I want us to learn from the story of Jephthah. There are key points before I share the lessons with you. There are key points I want us to take note of. Number one, he was in his comfort zone with his step-siblings in his father's house. Number two, when he was sent out of his father's house, he sharpened the gift of God upon his life. Maybe the gift of God in his life was still raw. Maybe he worked on himself. He took so many courses online, on site, just for him to become a professional or an expert. So now, what are the lessons that we are to learn from the stories of Jephthah? A man who was labeled a bastard, who later became the leader of his town. all of his nation. Number one, it is the gift of God in man that will make room for him. It is the gift that God has deposited in your life that will make room for you. Haven't you seen so many comedians visiting a vice president? Haven't you seen so many stand-up comedian or MC, master of ceremony, anchoring events where there are governors, where there are senators, and they begin to collect his number. They begin to have meetings with him. We would like you to come and anchor our program. We would like you to come and do this for us. Haven't you seen music ministers singing for queens, for kings, for presidents? That is the gift that God has deposited into their life. Haven't you seen drummer playing drums? Just playing drums for queens and queens. Haven't you seen saxophonists? Those that play saxophones, those that play trumpets, playing trumpets for kings and queens. Don't forget that when the Spirit of God departed from the life of King Saul, he sought for a man that is skillful in playing trumpets, and he got David, who has that gift. That was the first thing that brought David to the palace, the gift of God in his life. So it is your gift, it is the gift of God in your life that will make room for you. Number two, irrespective of whom you are, whether you were given birth out of wedlock, whether you are an orphan, whether your parents are nobody, irrespective of whom you are or where you come from, once you are a solution provider, both your enemies and your friends will reckon with you by force. That is the law of life. People reckon with solution provider. They don't want to know where you come from. Imagine somebody coming out today and said, I have done so many researches and I've come up with a drug that can cure HIV, that can cure cancer, and per dose is 1 million naira. Those that have HIV/AIDS will quickly rush to him and purchase that drug. They wouldn't want to know where he comes from, whether he's a black man, whether he's a white man, whether he's an Asian, an African, or an American. They will not even bother. So once you are a solution provider, both your friends, your enemies, those that love you, those that hate you, they will reckon with you. They don't need to like you. The gifts and the solutions that you carry will compel them to like you. So they don't need to like you, but the gift of God in your life, the solutions that you carry, will speak for you. Number three, since there is a price to be paid for the price, it is advisable to negotiate a win-win agreement when possible. Let me come back again. Since there is a price to be paid for the price, it is advisable to negotiate a win-win agreement when possible. You know, when they visited Jephthah, we want you to help us. We know that you are the strongest among us, and we have been hearing about how you have been conquering cities. When you lead any city to war, please, we want you to come and help us, come and lead us. But because he knew the kind of people he was dealing with, they were his family members, and if they could chase him away because they thought or they felt his mom is an harlot and he doesn't have any right to their father's possessions or their father's inheritance, he told them, he negotiated a win-win with them. I am ready to follow you people. I am ready to lead you to the war, but you must make me your leader. That was a win-win. So wherever you find yourself, wherever you have been called upon to make use of the gift of God in your life, make sure you negotiate a win-win agreement. So what I'm saying in essence is this: make sure you negotiate a win-win agreement. Number 4, to every challenges, there are a lot of opportunity that moves around us. To every challenges, there are a lot of opportunity that moves around you. You know, if Jephthah was not sent out of his father's house by his step siblings, he wouldn't have become the leader of that nation. He wouldn't have become the leader. So, based on the fact that he worked on himself, he accepted that setback, and he moved on, and he accepted that setback and moved on and worked and sharpened his skills. It was that challenges, it was that bad occurrence, it was that bad circumstance that made him become the leaders of the nation, not the leaders of his father's house. Now, you can imagine if that challenge did not come. You can imagine if Jephthah was not sent out of his father's house. You can imagine the kind of oppression that he has been receiving from his co-siblings. He was just accepting it. He was managing it. For his co-siblings to have sent him out of his father's house, you can have an agreement that he has been subjected to so many abuse and oppression. But it was that same challenge, it was that same circumstance that made him become the leader of the nations, not just the leader of his family members. Number 5 and the last. God will always want to prove a point in the life of his children. Once you are a child of God, God will always want to look for an opportunity to prove his almightiness to the whole world. To his co-siblings, they thought they have done him evil. But because who control the affairs of the whole earth, he was ready to use that circumstance, to use that challenge as a way of proving himself to the whole world, as a way of proving his almightiness to his co-siblings and the whole nations at large. So once you are a child of God, God will always want to look for an opportunity to prove his almightiness to the whole world, that it is not of he that winneth, or of him that runneth, but unto him that God show mercy. So, in conclusion, I know that you must have experienced a lot of setbacks. I know that you must have experienced a lot of rejection. I know that you must have experienced a lot of disappointment. Don't forget that there is a seed of greatness that God has deposited into your life. Don't forget that you need to pay the price for the price. Don't forget that irrespective of your location, of your ethnic group, of your country, of your race, once you are a carrier or you are a solution provider, everyone will reckon with you. I know that you don't know that challenge in your life, that rejection in your life, that God wants to make use of it to prove his almightiness in your life. Don't forget to watch this video. Share this video with your friends, your relatives, and your colleagues, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you on the next episode. Thanks for watching.